Hey guys, it's Comic Uno. Today I'm doing Ultimate Fallout, Spider-Man No More, issue 6. So let's talk about the cover. I like the cover, I like the art for the cover. Uh, Captain America wasn't in this issue, but what happens and what he did in this issue, kind of, like what they mentioned in this issue that he did, it was really important, I think, to the Ultimate Universe, so I'm guessing that's why he's on the cover. I like that he's on the cover, but I kind of dislike it also because it wasn't really about him this issue and he wasn't in it. But something that happens in this issue is pretty big in the Ultimate Universe, and he's involved with it. Alright, so let's see what happens in the story. Now, Aunt May and Gwen, they're still pretty upset about Peter's death, and they can't escape. They're just at the house, and they see all the reporters and everything. They just can't escape that Peter died, not even for 1 second, and they can't stop thinking about it. So, Tony offers them to go to France, and they said, I don't know, and Aunt May's like, I lived in this house for such a long time. Then Gwen's like, we have to do it. Come on, look at this madness. And Aunt May says, you know what? Yeah, we do have to do this. And so they moved to Paris, or stay in Paris for a little while. And Kitty Pryde, Bobby, and Human Torch, they are now living in the Warlock tunnels. Next is Captain America quits being Captain America, so Nick Fury, he has to live with that. And then Mary Jane, she's upset about everything that's happened to Peter also. They were boyfriend and girlfriend, and Peter was her best friend also. So she's writing this letter saying, how did the world kill Spider-Man, writing this article. And then she sees that Aunt May and Gwen left, so like, what does she have left now? And then someone visits her. Nick Fury. Nick Fury's like, it was my fault that Peter died. Mary Jane's like, how? Says, I should have protected him. I should have helped him out. I knew his parents, and I should have helped him out. He could have been brilliant. He could have been the best person he could have been. And then something surprising happens, and Nick Fury actually cries. He says, I blame myself. Says, even Mary, and then he says, you blame me. I blame myself, and I came here to tell you, you're absolutely right. I did this. I killed Peter Parker. So that's the end of this series, this mini-series, and it's really just the conclusion and like pretty much the result of the death of Peter Parker. And that was the last issue of Ultimate Spider-Man a couple weeks, actually 6 weeks ago. So this is all about the result, and a couple of issues before this, they kind of forgot about that. Everything has to be about that Spider-Man is dead, and I thought that's what these 6 issues have to, that's what their core has to be. But in the last issue, they forgot about that, and a couple issues before that, I think they forgot about it. But I'm glad for the last issue they remembered about it, and we actually are getting a result of Spider-Man's death. And I'm actually saying the series was pretty good. There's a lot of good things that happen. Again, Aunt May, when moving to France, hopefully we see that one Ultimate series, see the end of that. Hopefully they just don't stay in France the whole time. And then Kitty, Bobby, and Human Torch, them being together, and they're probably going to be an Ultimate X-Men because they're in the cover, seeing how that works out for them. And Captain America quitting, who knows what's going to happen there. And then Nick Fury crying and blaming himself. And hopefully we get to see Mary Jane and all of them. Hopefully we get to see these supporting characters throughout different series after this Fallout issue. So I'd like to see Mary Jane. I'd like to see Gwen, especially since we don't see Gwen in the regular universe. And I'd like to see Aunt May. I would like to see a lot of people. So hopefully we get to see those people in different Ultimate Universes, seeing what happens after this. So I really enjoyed this issue. A lot of surprises things happen. And I thought this is what it should have been throughout the whole entire series. Yes, the first couple issues were really good too. In the middle, they kind of forgot what the point of these series were, these issues were. So I'm glad for the last issue they remembered. It's all about Spider-Man No More and the result of it. And I'm glad that everyone in Ultimate Universe, we get to see how they're dealing with it. So I give this issue 5 stars. Really liked it. I liked how they separate the art through everything. I like how it's always different art styles. The only thing I didn't like about the art, which is not the art's problem, it's not really the artist's problem, but look at Gwen's hair. I mean, she's trying to be a little, change it up. I didn't really like it. Hopefully she changes that up once she moves to Paris, and maybe we'll get to see that soon in a different series, like I was saying. I mean, I don't know how it can connect. Maybe Ultimate Comic Spider-Man. We'll have to see what happens, and how we'll get to see Mary Jane, Gwen, and Aunt May. So we'll have to see. So I give this 5 stars this issue. I say pick it up. Great issue. Last issue wasn't so great. Some issues you should really pick up for this series, because especially if you want to see the result of what happens after Peter Parker dies. Because I think one of my complaints for comic books sometimes is that we don't really get to see the result. Well, at least some comic books, we don't get to see the result of someone's death. And, sometimes they always come back. With the Ultimate Universe, this is the end of the road. They're not coming back. Hopefully. Usually, it's not the regular universe. You can't have Spider-Man die in regular universe, but in a different universe, you can have him die. So I'm excited for that, and I hope Peter stays dead for a little while, because I like that as a result in the Ultimate Universe. They can't always just come back. So seeing the results in 6 issues, seeing how everyone has to deal with this was great to see, and I'm glad they had Ultimate Fallout. And I think the series overall was a pretty good idea and had a lot of good issues throughout. And if you haven't picked it up, pick this up, because I think it's really good. And, alright, so this was Comic Uno. I hope you enjoyed my review. See you guys later.